Intel Arrow Lake S Core Ultra 200 desktop CPUs to debut on October 10, 2024. Intel is reportedly planning to debut its next-gen Arrow Lake S Core Ultra 200 desktop CPUs on the 10th October as per Bench Live. Intel to tackle AMD Ryzen 9000 desktop CPUs in October with its next-gen Arrow Lake S Core Ultra 200 desktop CPUs. Intel Arrow Lake S CPU platform will be the next major release for the desktop family, featuring a brand new architecture and a brand new socket. It is reported by the Bench Live that Intel will announce its Arrow Lake S Core Ultra 200 desktop CPUs on the 10th October of 2024. The report doesn't clarify if this will be an announcement or a hard launch, but based on previous launches, it is likely that the actual retail launch will take place a few weeks later, as the company wants to showcase the public what its latest offering have to offer to desktop consumers. Although the Intel Innovation 2024 event has been postponed, the Arrow Lake S for the desktop computer, also known as Intel Core Ultra 200 series processor. According to the information we have obtained, Intel currently plans to release it on October 10, 2024 via Bench Live. And based on what we know about the Arrow Lake S, the next-gen Intel desktop CPU will adopt the Core Ultra 200 naming scheme and initially launch in key flavors, which would include the Core Ultra 9 to 85K, Core Ultra 7 to 65K, and the Core Ultra 5 to 45K. These CPUs will be accompanied by the Z890 series motherboard, which will feature the new LGA 1851 socket. As for the architecture, Intel Arrow Lake S Core Ultra 200 desktop CPUs will feature the brand new Line-Coff P-Core and Skymount E-Core architecture. The chip will feature up to 4 titles that include Compute title, SoC title, IO title, and Graphics title. The GPU set will be powered by the new Alchemist Xe-LPG graphics architecture. In terms of specification, the Intel Arrow Lake S Core Ultra 200 lineup will feature up to 24 core and 24 thread, with the hyper-threading support being excluded from this generation. So guys, if I don't know what kind of work you are doing, if you need hyper-threading, but in this generation of processor the hyper threading is excluded. Keep that in mind. The CPUs will get 33 MB of L3 cache and increased L2 cache. The clock speeds will be set up to 5.7 on the top SKU Core Ultra 985K, and while the TDP limits are set to remain the same as in 125 watt PL1 and 253 watt PL2. The actual power consumption is stated to be 100 watt lower than the current Gen Raptor Lake CPUs. Jakin has also reviewed the clock for several Core Ultra 200 SKUs as shown in the table, and I have shown this table so many times. Recent reports also stated that Arrow Lake S CPU won't feature any instability issue like the one several users are facing with 14 and 13 Gen chips. Well, they have to say this, but in terms of the real world performance, the consumer will test it, check it, and then they can give their remarks whether they like it or not, or whether they are facing the instability issue like the older ones. With the release set for 10th October, we can expect Intel to share more information about Arrow Lake S Core Ultra 200 desktop CPU soon. The company hasn't changed the plan for that launch despite its poor financial status, and with Lunar Lake headed for launch on 3rd of September, we can hear a bit more about Arrow Lake desktop parts around the time.